I do apologise for the lateness, everybody. But welcome, and I am here. Tonight I fed the tank with wax worms, and as you can see, they love it. Hey there guys and girls, only 15 minutes left of this feeding before the interview starts. See you there. Hello and welcome. I am here, so if you want to send me a little message, feel free. Hello, buddy. You alright? How are things? Polyrhacus dives are going absolutely nuts on these waxworms. It's probably one of their favourites. You can see the carcass from the large roaches I gave them on Sunday is still there. And they've been slowly working their way through that still, but they're going absolutely nuts for these waxworms. Yeah, I'm really good, buddy. I'm really good. A little bit tired, but that's standard when you're an adult, to be honest, I think. Kind of hoping some people actually turn up tonight. I've had a lot of people say they're not able to make it. Absolute madness in that tank at the minute. Let's have a little look up. A little bit blurry, a little bit jittery, but it is absolute madness in there. I hope the stream's not too bad tonight. It says my internet's running really slow, but I don't know why. Hey, Mark, thanks for signing in, buddy. Hey there, Antimatters. Thanks for signing in, buddy. I'm going to be coming on properly in just a few seconds. Good evening, all, and welcome to the Picnic Table Ant Chat. I am your host, Tom, from Ants on the Rock. Tonight we are on episode 16, I believe, which is pretty insane. I'm going to have to end the season in the start of February and start a new season, just because the numbers are going to get really high and confusing. Anyways... So, I've got a few things going on, so I just had to look away for just a second. I think this is a great time to say a massive thanks to our sponsors for the show, helping us grow and increase the quality, just make these streams a bit better and a bit more connective. So a big thanks to Ants R Us. Let's just have a little look at their doodad a second. And there we go. Ants R Us, quality controlled ants, rival guarantee, 14-day guarantee, email support 7 days a week, express shipping, environmental pledge, organic and free UK shipping. Ants R Us are absolutely brilliant. They actually supplied me the Polyrhacus dives that you're looking at right now. Great ant store. Can't really thank them enough for supporting the picnic table as well. So check them out if you're looking for ants, I suppose. I'm not that great at all this advertising stuff, but I hope that I do them good justice with what I am doing. Anyway, so today is the 19th. We're on episode 16. Next, this Sunday coming, we have a ant keeper series where I have a few ant keepers, just normal ant keepers, not YouTubers, not like big time ant keepers like me, just normal people with a couple of ant farms. They're going to come on and talk about their general experiences. I've still got, I think, at least one, maybe two spaces. If you want to come on over, you just send me a message and it'll be great fun to hear from all sorts of different people, not just big time ant keepers like myself, which have been doing it for years or have loads of colonies, but maybe someone with just one colony that they absolutely love to bits and all their heart and soul goes into it, you know. So I just thought that'd be really good. Hello, Wacky Ant-Man. Thank you for signing in. And Antimatters, yeah, the Polyrhacus are going absolutely nuts today. That's because of the waxworms I fed them. I don't normally feed them waxworms. I normally just feed them roaches, but they love their waxworms. I had a delivery basically turn up today of 100 waxworms, so most of that's already gone. I fed every single colony today, and this tank alone has had 26 waxworms. They are a great shop, especially for the Polyrhacus. I'm always honest. If a shop is good, then I'll tell you. And if I think a shop is crap, I'll tell you not to use them. Now, I have like probably 5 or 6 shops that I use in the UK. And outside of that, I tend not to bother because they're quite often scammers or just not up to the same quality. You know, like the ones I use, Ants HQ, Ants R Us, the Ant Lady, so I went completely blank then. Ants Davy, Best Ants UK, and there's a couple of others, you know what I mean? But there's not a massive amount of what I call great quality ant stores in the UK. So yeah, if I'm promoting one, it's because I believe in them, not just because they're going to give me money. I can absolutely guarantee you that. I'll never promote something that I don't fully believe in as well. Don't forget, you're more than welcome to come on this stream if you want to talk, you've got something to advertise, you just want to say something to me, you've got a question, got a problem, just give me a little message and I'll put up the link and we can all just get on and have a little chat. I'm just looking for that thing which says, here we go. Open mic night, message me if you want to join. There we go, and we'll leave that running along the bottom, and hopefully anyone that's interested will send me a message. It's really simple, really easy. You don't have to show your face or anything. Just jump online, I'll send you the link, you type in your name, and I'll put you into the stream, basically. And you can just sit there, have a little chat. It's a bit easier than typing. It's great fun. I'm putting the link in the chat box now, so if anyone wants to join, you're more than welcome to click that link and join me on screen or in the sound, because I'm not changing the screen. This is the screen. This is all people are going to see tonight. I might move it down a bit. I might move it to another tank, but to be honest, I fed the bullet ants wax worms as well, and they just took them straight into their pit, and I haven't seen a single bullet ant since. But talking about feeding them wax worms, right, so they should all be hibernating, shouldn't they? Like, some of the colonies I didn't put into the big fridge simply because I wasn't sure if they were going to hibernate, and they haven't fully hibernated. The imposters are just antimatters. How I was saying, I mean, you're not too shy. No one's too shy to just talk. You know, it's just your voice. You don't have to show your face or nothing. And we'll just have a nice general chat. We know everyone in the stream right now. Everyone here is really friendly. We haven't got any spammers, we haven't got anyone that we don't know in the community already, so just jump on, we'll have a little chat and a little fun, and you'll soon get comfortable with it, I'm pretty sure. So anyways, so Mesobarbarus going absolutely nuts for the waxworm, tried to drag it into their test tube. I caught this on camera, so I am going to do a big whole ant corner update very soon and put most of this footage in, I expect. So the redheads, they didn't actually come out yet, but they're more of a nocturnal thing. They come out later in the evening. So I expect they're actually up there digging away at the waxworm now. Myrmekaruba, the Red Army, so they had a massive die out ages and ages ago, went from 19 workers down to 3 due to honey leaking, basically, and they all got stuck in it and died. And it sucked. So I stuck them back into the test tube. I put them in a tubs and tubes setup, and I left them to it. And I feed them routinely, and that is all I've done. I haven't touched them or nothing. Looking in today, put in a waxworm. There's 6 workers eating. Yeah. So that's a win-win. I'm happy with that. Really happy with that result. They're coming back, right? So going around the ant corner a little bit further, my Lasius flavus, I think they're possibly on their way out. The workers died before they had time to feed the queen, so she has no stocks to make more workers. She's not coming out to feed. I have a feeling they're going to die out, which is a massive shame. And then going aside to her, we got Lasius niger. They've been coming out to feed. They're actually my oldest colony of Lasius niger, and in fact the oldest colony in the ant corner at the moment, and currently one of the smallest, which is strange. They just haven't grown. They eat, they drink, they just do everything they should do, just haven't really grown. They've tipped over. So they're laying eggs, but they're not laying more eggs than they have workers already, which is really weird. They're just not increasing in size. Then we've got another 2 colonies of Lasius nigris above that. They've both been up and active as well. Another colony of Lasius niger still active. Most of the other Lasius niger are in hibernation, I will tell you that. And then on the other side of the ant corner, we have Meranopus bicolor, obviously not in hibernation as they're exotic. They are eating nicely. To be honest, they're like the easiest ant I own. You don't have to do anything but place food in and take it back out when they're done. They never escape. They never cause issues. I've never had any worries about the Meranopus bicolor. They're just easy. And I love them. Brilliant little ants. Beautiful little things as well when you get a good close-up view. Next to that, Manuka rubida. So I looked in the other day and I saw a nice pile of eggs, loads of dead bodies, only one worker left out of like 10 or 12, and a queen there. I fed them today, and there's 3 workers eating. So it's like, where were they hiding? How did you get from egg to worker in like the space of a week or 2? I have no idea, but they're not as bad as what I thought, so I'm really happy about that. Then we're going up to the next shelf above that. You got Lasius niger, which haven't slept all winter. They've just been nuts full on the whole time. My biggest colony of Lasius niger. They just haven't stopped. So obviously they're eating. We've got my honeypots. They're doing really well. They haven't really been eating on the protein much, but they have bits and bobs. But they're not massive protein intakers. You know, they'd rather just eat the carbs and fill up their honeypot repletes, basically. And then above that, all my colonies at Camponotus, I struggle so much with them. I very rarely see them eat, even when I do put food in. All my colonies at Camponotus sent workers out today, every single one, and it was top notch. They loved their waxworms. I'm guessing they're just more smelly or something, but they came storming out the minute I put them waxworms in, eating, and hopefully the fact that they went for the protein over carbs a couple of days ago, they're going to start laying soon. I'm really hoping my Hercularis will lay. I'm really hoping my Creataris, or whatever it's pronounced, is going to lay, because they're part of an experiment. It's going to be exciting times, really good. Above that, Manuka rubida, they're doing really well again. Expanding. Sorry. I'm expecting by like March, maybe June, July, I don't know, sometime before main summer, I expect they'll have to move in or expand their nest size, because they are doing really well. They've got lots of larvae and pupa and whatnot. They just need that, the diapause to stop, because they have continued, but although the diapause has slowed them down a little bit, you can tell the brood's not really developing as fast and things like that. And then above them, we've got a few other test tubes that I'm not telling you about. And we've got my acorn ants, which I've actually managed to spot the acorn ants quite a few times now. Really cool, because I thought they'd just be like lost forever in that enclosure. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. It just came out on Saturday. I enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it and watching it back. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I like the enclosure. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you think it's rubbish. Obviously, I love speaking to everyone about how things are going, and your opinions on what I'm doing always matter to me, you know. Not that I try and make everyone happy. I couldn't care if you're happy or less, but I take on your knowledge and opinions and form my own opinion out of it, if you know what I mean. Don't care. You know what I mean. God damn. I'm not going to try and please everyone, is my point. But anyways, what else have we got going on? The bullet ants are doing their thing. The ants are clearly doing their things, the Polyrhacus. The crabs have molted. Both my baby crabs that I know of have molted now in the last couple of days, and they've grown substantially. They're coming out really regularly. They're probably... It wouldn't surprise me if one was out right now, to be honest, but I'm not going to move away from this pandemonium. I can't even talk. Pandemonium. Like, look at that. Even the nest is busy. Big old streams of them coming in and out. they go nuts for waxworms. I think it's because you can scatter them about more than just a big roach, and they have more surface area, so more ants can process it at one time. I think that's why. I might be wrong. It won't surprise me if I'm wrong. You know what? I always assumed that everything I know is going to be proven wrong at some point. And that way, you can never get too big-headed, can you? You know, everything I know can be wrong. It all depends on the scenario, situation, and time of the event, I suppose. Especially in nature, anything can change. Speaking of which, right, so this is big change of subject. I was watching a film earlier today, and it was rubbish. I can't remember what the film was called, but like, basically the grass sent people loopy, and they all started like killing themselves, not even each other, just killing themselves. It's a weird film. So yeah, nature was gonna get them. I don't know. It was a really weird film. I wouldn't bother. Hello, Auntie Matters. I'm just adding you in. There we go.
Can you hear me?
Right. Yeah, we can hear you.
Ah, lovely. I don't have a clue what I'm doing, so I hope it all goes right.
It's all good. It's fairly easy once you get used to it.
Ah, yeah.
How are things then? You all right?
Yeah, I think I know that movie you're talking about as well. And the plants are like well, not evil, but like they release something that makes them like jump off buildings or something.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I think
in
they
like
jump.
The first scene, like people are falling from the sky. It's like, what is going on?
Yeah, awful. Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah, it was awful. I watched it all the way through because it was quite like gripping, but it was awful at the same time.
Yeah, it's quite like a feasible like theory almost, kind of, if you get what I mean.
Yeah,
it wasn't too impossible, but
I noticed that, like, I don't know, around the year 2010, they made loads of end of the world films. As soon as COVID came about, they're like, right, maybe we'll stop doing so many.
Yeah, they had like 2012 as well. Oh, yeah, it was going to end in 2012.
And The Day the Earth Stood Still, and there was loads of them at that like time, and I'm sure they
Sharknado, I think, as well.
Oh, mate, that was brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good movie. What you're saying about Last Year's Niger too, I swear, like, they are really hard to make grow. I've had a colony for a year, and it started with like 5 workers, and I think it's like still at 5.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know why. Like, I've had this colony probably a year and a half now, and they just don't do anything. I see 1, maybe 2 workers at a time, but they're crap.
Yeah.
Compared to like my other colony of Lasius niger, which absolutely smashing it, you know.
Yeah, I got a founding, like a pair of founding queens, and they've like now got more workers than the actual like 1-year-old colony, and the irony of it is like, oh.
Yeah, that's it. It's just ridiculous. That's what my like I've got like. How many colonies have I got? Like, so I had 4 colonies of Lasius niger before I got the big colony. And the big colony came to us with like 10 workers, the same as all the rest, at exactly the same time as another colony as well. And they've just like outdone everything else. They're probably at the same stage as the Polybacchus dives in front of you.
Yeah, they're proper grown. Wow.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like hit or miss.
Yeah, well, that's it. I think it was a strong queen anyways, because like when they came, she had loads of eggs. So she was a strong queen anyways. And then the environment that they've been in was like pretty much perfect for them. The outworld was darkened as well as so they were in the tubs and tubes setup, but the whole tub and everything was dark 24/7. So even when they were out foraging from the tube, it would still be dark, and I think that made a massive difference, to be honest. Gave them more confidence to forage, rather than waiting for it to like be safer and whatnot. They just felt safe a lot faster. So I think that helped increase the growth. And then moving out of that, because they had fucking loads, excuse my French, but they had loads of ants. So I put them straight into a T-shaped formicarium where they could dig their own nest. and out of that, like they just went nuts. I think the ability to dig your own nest and use the space you want to use rather than have to grow into a nest or whatever, that I think was the key for them.
That does makes a lot of sense to me. As my first colony was Lasius niger, and they had the old style mud and kind of dig your own tunnels, and they went amazing. And yeah, they were up in the hundreds and stuff But every other colony since, I've kept them in test tube, and they just haven't boomed.
Yeah. I suck with test tubes. I don't mind saying it. I absolutely suck with test tubes, and I'd rather them get out of it as soon as possible. So I look for alternatives like tubs and tubes setup. The Venus nest setup, that's really good if you don't like test tubes.
Or the Mercury one as well.
Yeah. Anything like that, really. I hate test tubes. My hands are too big and shaky and stuff.
And they roll around so much. I'm just looking at my test tubes now, and I can see my little Lasius flavus out and about.
Yeah, see, I'm really worried about my flavus. She had a good 5 workers. Then I put her in the tiny Wakushi thingamajiggy. That didn't go well. All the workers died. So I panicked and I put her back into a test tube, actually into the same tubs and tubes set up that the Lasius nigers came from. So the best one I have.
Okay.
But yeah, so I thought that would probably be the best thing for literally the best quality things I have. But I don't think she had enough protein reserves to make a new batch of eggs. Yeah, so I think she's going to be on her way out. I keep putting food in right at the very entrance of the test tube. So I don't think.
But she might come around in March. Maybe she's hibernating.
Yeah, possibly she might well be, but obviously they're not semi-claustral; they are fully claustral. So she's not going to come out and eat. I don't know. I'm just praying that she makes a comeback, but I'm not sure.
Fingers crossed.
I had a couple of colonies of multi-queen Lasius niger as well from this year, just that I thought I'd try. But it looks like one of the colonies have killed the other queens. One of them still has 2 queens, so that's quite interesting.
That's good.
Yeah,
I think I've got.
Go on.
I think I've got about 8 double queens from this year, just from Ant's Hood. He's doing hibernation experiment or something.
Yeah, that's what I've got going. I've got 9 colonies involved in that, I think, at the moment.
Yeah. I think I've lost 1 pair of queens. I had 1 tube and both queens went in that tube. But that's it so far, on the fatalities.
Yeah, it is a shame when queens just do that for no reason. But it's one of those things that happens. It happens. I've lost loads of queens over the time. I'm looking at getting a few more ant species at the minute, but I won't say anything because it might not happen yet. Some of them are very expensive.
Oh, those leaf cutters, is it?
Maybe. They were one of the species I was looking at, but the colony and the setup and everything that I want would be 250 quid ish. And then I want a couple of other colonies as well, which can be a load more money. And I need 2 more tanks. So it's all budget at the minute. It's what I can afford to do at the end of the month when I get paid, basically.
Oh, yeah.
All depends on how much I get paid.
Yeah, I mean, that's the situation. I think I get paid tonight, and I'm going to be straight into Wakushi and just I got to buy a few more nests.
Yeah. That's standard. Like, I normally wait up till like my money comes in at midnight or whatever. I'm straight on the internet.
That's what I think I'm gonna do.
I'm pretty bad for it. Hey Alexi, thanks for signing in. Yeah, I'm pretty bad for it. The minute I know I've got money, I'm like, right, let's see what ants are in now. See what updates I've missed. Although I don't normally miss many because I'm signed up to like most people's mailing lists and stuff.
Have you ever used that like ant checker site?
What's that?
It's like a website that has like all the ant shops, and it basically like you can look there and like you can see like so many ants, and it's terrible if you're like drunk or something. But like it has like all the shops merged into one, so you can like see where everything is.
I'm looking at it right now. You've blown my mind. Oh my god.
Watch out though, because like there's like so many ants on there. It's ridiculous.
Oh my god. Yeah. Right. So I don't drink, so we don't have to worry about that. But I am crazy and stupid when it comes to buying ants. Oh my god. I think I'm gonna have to like go nuts. You've literally just blown my mind. You've blown my mind and you've blown my budget.
That's what happened when I went on about a couple of weeks ago, and I just saw like, oh, Polyrachis, and it was like gone.
Yeah.
So I take my money, just yep.
Yeah, I think there's a few on here that I want, put it that way. We'll see. There's a few on there that I want, a few on there that I have been told I'm not allowed because they'll take up too much space. Shush, woman. No one tells me I've got too many ants. Right.
You need to like get your own colony or something.
Well, see, what I'm going to do is I've got big plans to expand the it is called, what was it called? Hang on. Ant something. Ant check. It is called Ant check. Right, so what was I just saying? Cannot remember. God, my memory's off when I'm tired. I want to get a Cannabella diversa. Am I even saying that right? I'm questioning whether I'm even talking right.
I think so. Carbonara diversa, yeah.
Carbonara that sounds like a mill. Carbonara.
Is that the Asian marauder ants?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you got it right. Yeah.
I can't. My brain's just switched off and it's not working. It'll come back in a minute and I'll be like,
it does sound a bit like tomato and pasta or something.
Yeah. Well, what is it? I can't even remember what I'm talking about now. I can't even say the word, the other one. The food is like a type of pasta that they have. Camembert, no? I don't know. And there's also cheese, Camembert cheese. That's awesome. Can't go wrong with cheese. If you bring cheese to my house, you will like be my best friend. Basically, I love cheese and cake. Bring me cheese and cake. Anyone want to bring me cheese and cake? You can have like look at my ants for free. I mean, I wouldn't charge to look at my ants anyways, but bring me cheese and cake.
Cake.
Oh man, I love cake. Right. So last time I was like in hospital with my chest. I got out and my missus made me a pineapple upside down cake. Have you ever had one?
No. Is it good?
What? Right, it's literally like the best cake out of all the cakes. They put pineapple on it and cherries in the middle of pineapple, like rings of pineapple. They cover the whole thing in golden syrup, then chuck a cake in there.
Oh, that does sound good, that. Or
yeah. I have like a massive sugar addiction as well, so that's like top-notch quality for me.
Nice, like moist cake with like golden syrup. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Wakushi, we're just talking about cake, buddy. Now, what would you rather have, a cake like that or a chocolate cake? Because I do like a chocolate cake, but I find they get a bit too like dry and boring. I'd rather have a pineapple upside down cake any day of the week.
Oh, I'm a coffee and walnut cake myself.
Yeah.
Or carrot cake. Carrot cakes are like underrated. Like,
I kind of went off it a bit because of the nuts they keep chucking on. Like, who puts nuts on a cake?
the walnut.
Never mind, I haven't got teeth, so like I can't eat nuts. You're just ruining a cake for me. Just making a cake that I can't eat.
But carrot cake, though,
Yeah, I do like a good carrot cake. Coffee and walnuts, good. To be fair, there's not much cake that I don't like. There's not much food I don't like. I'll eat pretty much anything.
like me Fidoles.
Yeah.
Like, they'll eat anything at the minute. They ate a frog the other day. Like, one of my frogs died in my fish tank.
Really?
So so I chucked it in because it was like, well, like the circle of life. Like, and by the morning there was just a few little like leg bones left, like just sitting on the surface, and that was it, and it's gone.
Yeah, well, I suppose they would eat it on like in the wild. They eat anything, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
To an extent.
I haven't found out anything they won't.
No, like, I have a feeling that the ants can probably tell if the meat's good. If it's like gone rotten or whatever, I don't know, they might still eat it, but I have a feeling they know because they use their sensors and all of that. They know, and then if it's meat, it's meat. Bit like me, if I see meat, I don't really care if it's meat from a cow or meat from a whatever. Meat's meat.
Meat's meat.
Don't feed me human because apparently that's not fine.
No, apparently brain diseases and stuff in it. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that.
I don't want to go crazy. I've always said if they start bringing people in as food, I might try it. I don't know. I'll go with the flow, won't I?
I think like meat ants as well. They'll like eat rotten meat as well. But happily take rotten meat.
Yeah. It won't surprise me, but I think they can generally they can process meat that we wouldn't be able to eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I still wouldn't give them like really bad on-off food. But then they do eat out the rubbish bin as well.
Yeah, they are. Like, I think they've got like special bacteria like in their gut, like just for eating like really bad meat. I think hyenas have like the same bacteria too.
Yeah. Yes,
and like a few other
quite a few animals.
Scavengers.
But not something I know about ants. One thing I've always struggled to learn is beyond like the basics of their biology is actually finding out where to learn like how the ant works, like on a smaller internal system. Like how does it filter the oxygen through its spiracles into its body? I'd love to know how it does that process, but I haven't been able to find that out. Obviously, humans, we breathe in the oxygen, it goes into our bloodstream and it gets used by our muscles like that, but it's completely different for them. You know what I mean? I need to find more ant knowledge sources. Like, I know all the base stuff. I've like got loads and loads of like basic ant stuff, but like really deep knowledge of it, I find it's quite hard to come by.
It is this like there's a few papers, like you'll find papers, but then they'll only have like the tiniest bit too, and you'll have to read like 10 pages. Like
which like is fine, but like you say, it's not actually that helpful. And if you're looking you're looking for one particular thing, because we were debating whether like smoking and things would affect ants, and I still can't tell you now, because obviously, like, do their spiracles filter out the bad chemicals, or is it an internal process? You know what I mean? I haven't been able to find that much out because I just haven't been able to find the studies on it yet.
That might I think, to be fair, it might affect them. So I think nicotine is like the reason we're addicted to nicotine is because it's a natural like fly repellent or something.
Okay.
Like there's a reason we get pleasure from it, because like it's beneficial to have it in our system. But I don't know if it like works on other insects as well that aren't flies. But
Weird. Weird. I don't know. It's a weird one, and it's a highly debated subject within the ant keeping community, from what I found. I mean, lots of people I know smoke around their ants and haven't had issues, but then I don't know. I suppose it's personal preference, really, isn't it? I'm not gonna damn anyone for it. I wouldn't look down on anyone for smoking around their ants.
personally, I wouldn't. But
They say it's a hard one, debatable subject. My beetles are trying to get into these waxworms and they're not having much luck. I wouldn't be putting my fingers in to try and get a waxworm out. There's way too many ants.
do the Polyrhacus, like your dives, do they sting or not?
Yeah, well, they bite and they can like right. So people say that they spray acid, which is right, but it's not. Like when Formica spray acid, it's like got distance to it, if you know what I mean. It proper goes. I haven't ever seen them do that. Like they come up onto the glass and they'll almost wipe their like butts on the glass and you can see the acid there, the liquid from it, and you can actually see the smear, and it's pretty cool. But they don't really spray it from a distance, you know what I mean? So what I've actually noticed is what they try and do is they'll bite, hang on to it, and then turn their tails in. So I'm guessing that's like them almost spraying it into the bite wound that they've just made, maybe. But like the acid isn't that effective until they get it into a cut or something. It's not that effective on the outside of a animal or insect, whatever. So that's how I think that they do it. And if you watch really carefully, they still do it to, like, if these waxworms had a little wiggle, they do it to it. And they literally bite on, then turn their tails round and spray the acid in like that. Run, beetles, run. But yeah, like they bite, they spray acid. But I don't like to say that they spray acid. They kind of, it's like a crap water gun, you know what I mean? When you've got no water left and it's that last little dribble, it's like that. Yeah, rather than the big, like I say, the other species which can actually spray at a distance. And I've never noticed a smell particularly. I noticed with Formica, you could quite often smell it in the air. Some other species. Yeah, you know what I mean? You can smell it. I've never noticed that with them. It might be because of the tank environment that they're in. I'm not sure, but I've never noticed like a acidy smell.
Yeah, I do. I love that smell. I swear it's a bit like fish and chips. Like
yeah. I'm really bad for the smell of like petrol and stuff. I like anything like that. It's bad.
Fumes. Oh.
What else have I got to talk about? Oh yeah, a video which I didn't release this week. I was meant to do my review video on Monday, and it was getting so late onto Monday, and it hadn't uploaded yet. It's in the queue. Well, it's done now actually, but it was in the queue and it hadn't uploaded yet, and it was just stressing me out. So I decided I'm going to push it back a whole week and just delay it. That was probably the best thing to do. Otherwise, it messes up the schedule, and I don't know. I'm trying to stick kind of to my schedule, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it was just annoying. It's because I've got 3 channels myself now, and 2 of my daughters also have a YouTube channel. So there's a lot of uploading going on all the time.
Busy broadband.
Yeah, well, we haven't even got broadband at the minute. This is via the Wi-Fi on my phone,
Yeah.
which is why sometimes it's a little bit laggy and a little bit slow or whatnot. It's just because it's all done via my phone. And then
Is it
if
always like done by
yeah,
your phone? Oh,
yeah,
that's
I don't.
that's not bad. That.
Yeah, I know it's really
Mm,
good, and I've got no broadband or
yeah.
anything. We also do the Xbox and 3 iPads off it, so it's all running probably right now. And I don't know how it is for you, but it doesn't seem to be lagging my end.
No, no. I'm on the like same. I've got one of those like you put a SIM card in it, like
Yeah,
boxes, and
yeah, that's really
I was
cool. I used
yeah.
to have one of them. Yeah,
I
where you
always like I've been worrying though, thinking, am I gonna have enough like speed to do stuff? But
yeah,
oh,
yeah. I mean, the aim is to get broadband probably the end of this month, maybe February. Basically, I'm just running a recruitment drive, we could say. So I've started being able to advertise on these streams. As you might have seen, I could do the banner for Answer Us. It's just something I thought like we get quite a good amount of people signing on to these streams, and I feel they're growing in a good way. So basically, I thought if I start to do a little bit of advertisement in it, in return for a bit of monetary support via Patreon or something like that, then I'll be able to afford broadband. Basically,
yeah,
because I've always said, like, many years I've been saying it, that I won't get broadband because we've got it on our phones and blah 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 blah. And quite frankly, in a household of 5, like we don't earn a massive amount of money. I don't mind saying that. I don't earn loads of money. It's a hard push to do that. You know what I mean? So I've got my
yeah,
aunt, which is my hobby, and my wife doesn't mind me having my aunts, which is my hobby, and I go to the gym, which is another one of my hobbies. But trying to justify another massive spend because we'd have to install the phone line to start with, then we'd have to pay. You know what I mean? It's quite a big spend, and
yeah,
I just can't justify spending it, to be honest. So that was my idea. If I can get some monetary support behind the picnic table live streams, obviously we're getting some brilliant people on the show. It's growing every week, and it's getting better from what I feel. And I'm putting a lot of effort into like. There's other cool little things I can do now. I'll show you just this quickly. So this was a follower from 3 days ago, but I can get it to do stuff. It should. It should. No, hang on. Right, well, I can get it to do stuff. It's just not right now.
it's coming.
I don't know. Right, so there's the banner anyway. So
Oh,
I can
yeah.
get it to bring up banners and advertisements and things like that. I can get it to show like so basically the package I'm saying is I will show a banner for 10 minutes on every stream. So that's every Wednesday and Sunday, which works out to 80 minutes every month, which isn't bad. That's quite a lot of showtime. You can also send in like a 30-second video clip that I'll put into like an interval or something. Instead of using the 30-second countdown I use to like swap over cameras and whatnot, introduce the show, I'll use an actual video clip, like advertising. And obviously you get mentioned in the stream a couple of times and all of that lot. So I have sent a couple of messages out to ant shops that I feel I would want supporting me. It's not open to everyone. It's not like I said earlier, I'm not gonna let someone just pay me money to advertise them. I'm only gonna advertise people that I believe in their products to be a good product and then providing a good service. And yeah, so I've messaged a few people. I've had Answer Us has signed up already, and that's absolutely fantastic, amazing. Can't thank him enough. I've had a little bit of interest from a couple of others. And yeah, hopefully, like I say, by the end of this month, hopefully by the end of next month, I'll have enough support behind it to install broadband, and the streams will just get so much better. I
Be
talk
pretty
a lot,
awesome.
don't I? Sorry, go on. What? Yeah, I
I
could
don't have
talk to
broadband.
you. You need broadband. Yeah, broadband. I think it's important to like where I am at the minute. I'm doing okay, but to expand it and as I go further, it's gonna need broadband. Some of the streams are really laggy. Depends on I think other people where they are and things like that. And obviously, if my kids are using the game on the internet and all of that, so broadband's quite important, and I think it's going to make a massive difference. And obviously, uploads will be faster because again, I do it all from my phone. Everyone's account. It's just constant. But we do enjoy it. We do enjoy it. The other channels are not so much editing; it's just longer uploads because they're like gaming videos for like 2-3 hours and things. Like my daughter has been doing gaming videos recently, and they're like 2 hours long each. So quite a substantial upload.
Many gigabytes.
Yeah, exactly. And like sometimes I'm looking at it, I'm like, is it even going up? Like, it's not moving. Yeah, and then it gets to processing, and processing can take between 30 seconds to an hour. Like it is random as heck. Don't know why. Some videos just take years.
I swear it's nothing to do with length either. Like,
No, it's not. It's really not. It's just like random. Like, well, we don't like this one. Oh, I do enjoy it though. I love it. I what I really like about these streams in comparison to the videos is I get to connect with a different community as well because I'm on Twitch as well, obviously. Um, no one has actually signed in on Twitch yet tonight, which is unfortunate. But we're slowly growing. 21 followers on Twitch now. We normally get a couple of people sign in from there. Slowly growing. It's really hard to grow on Twitch. Do you know Twitch?
not really. No, no.
It's more the gaming thing. There's thousands of gamers on there, and probably a couple of thousand other people doing other things and really struggling. Like from what I can tell, there's only like one, maybe two other ant channels, and they're doing okay, but they're not massive. But what I tend to find with the pet streamers is they're just showing their tanks like this, but it's not. Their tanks aren't like this. Like one of them is showing off Mesobarbarus, and it is really cool. He's got a shot of the nest and a shot of the outworld, and it's a very basic, like plain outworld, and just a nest with Mesobarbarus in it, which is cool, but it's not this.
Yeah.
And then the other one, I thought I saw him, and then he disappeared, so I haven't even been able to look into that one. But most of the pet streamers are just showing off like their tank and a bit of music. They're not actually there to like interact with you because I've tried to interact with these people and they're not really there. So I think I've got kind of an edge on it, if you know what I mean, because I'm actually here talking. There's something a bit more interesting going. Want to see a crab?
Yeah.
Should we see the crab? Well, I'm moving.
Ooh, yeah.
Hang on. There we go. That looks like it could be Mr. Krabs, although it's hard to tell because they're all sort of growing. There's an isopod going for the waxworm in the middle of the pond.
Oh, he's coming over as well.
Yeah, and there's some ants there, so that's going to be interesting. But the waxworm I put there is obviously for the crab. Ooh. He'll move in a minute super fast. You watch. They are really fast when they get going. He might not. He might just.
That's so cool having the crab in your tank. Like, got crabs.
There's 5 of them now.
Yeah. Oh.
There are 5 of them, and they've been very active all day. Actually, you keep seeing them. In fact, there's a second one right next to him. Did you see that? When he went into the cave, there's already one in there, and he's disappearing. And we're back on the ants. Oh, I got to see my scorpion last night for about 10 seconds. That was pretty cool.
I'm guessing does it eat the wood lice?
I don't know, to be honest. To be fair, I haven't seen many wood lice in there since putting them in. But I was a little bit concerned that the isopods would eat him when he molts. He's not in here. He's in a different tank upstairs in the ant corner. But he only ever comes out maybe once a fortnight, and it's in the middle of the night. So he came out last night. Instantly, I went, jumped up to have a look because I could hear him. And then my wife flicked on the light and was like, "Oh, what's going on?" I was like, "No, turn the light off." And he was gone.
Oh.
That was that. Yeah. I've got like a UV light, so he shines up bright green, and it's really cool. And then you put on any light and he'll scarper.
Run away.
Pardon?
Run away.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't blame them, to be honest. Really sensitive they are. Bit like me. Really sensitive. Another thing that's going really well at the moment, actually, is Discord. Don't know if you've noticed. We've got like nearly 100 members on our Discord now. Is that right?
And there's like quite a good community on Discord for ants, to be honest, I think, isn't there?
Yeah, I think it's a brilliant community. Like I always say, if you're not one of us, I'll just kick you out. You know what I mean? I don't want anyone being mean or any crap on there. Yeah, it's just a great community of people being nice. There's no reason to be speaking down to people at all. You know, that's what I aim for. Like, I think that's like the whole aim of my channel and everything I do is just to try and connect people and just like make those connections better and stronger. That's pretty much what I wanted to do with the picnic table and Discord and everything, you know. And now I've got the picnic table go. I've spent probably the last week almost every night. I've been sat here trying to work out if there's a way to bring up the chat from both Twitch and YouTube. There is not. I've gone through everything. I've even contacted the people which made the streams and stuff. There's no way to do it at the moment. Slightly annoying.
That's a bit of a shame.
Yeah, I mean, I can bring up all the stuff from Twitch. If I do this 1 second, I'll type into Twitch. Hello. This will come up on the screen. Hopefully. It's too low. Hang on. There.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. And that's the Twitch feed coming through. But I cannot get the YouTube feed on there as well, which is really irritating because most of the stuff comes through on YouTube. But I can see everything where I am. I don't know what you've got on your screen or how you're doing it, but I've got both chats from Twitch and YouTube coming through at the same time. But so that's what I want everyone else to see, but it's just not happening at the minute.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
it's kind of a bit weird. Can't have two.
Yeah, well, I think it's the software that I use to do it. You register. I use Streamlabs OBS, and you register it with either YouTube or Twitch. So I registered it with my Twitch. And then my second thing that it streams to is YouTube. But because it's not registered to YouTube and registered to Twitch, it's just registered to Twitch. It only shows the Twitch feed. It's like a secondary source that is broadcasting out to, not getting information from on the YouTube. It's quite annoying. But there's not a lot I can do about it, to be honest, unless there is a way that I can bring up every single every single thing as it comes through, but that is me literally clicking every single message that comes through. Like, it might work. I don't know. I'm going to keep striving to do it because I want to connect the Twitch community that I'm building with the YouTube community that I'm building, because they're not all the same people. There's a lot of people on Twitch that are starting to show a little bit of interest. I'm doing a lot of networking on Twitch, talking to a lot of other Twitch streamers and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, well, that's a bit different. I'll come check that out. And a few of them have, it's been quite cool. In fact, one of the last streams, we had like 2 or 3 people just sign on randomly to check it out and have a look. I suppose it all depends on how good my advertising is for the week. Which is usually not great, to be honest. I'm not that great at advertising or writing stuff or stuff. I have mods for that. I have very, very talented, amazing moderators and admins to help me with stuff like that, because I'm rubbish at advertising.
I guess you never know though, like one of these random Twitch people, like they might be like, oh, I like ants. Like,
yeah, exactly. You never know. Like I
just...
always say, like, because it's not just the ants on stream, I'm actually here chatting as well. This isn't just a pet thing. This is a fun stream. We chat about all sorts of stuff, not just ants. I say, just come in, have a look, have a listen. Let me know if you think I can do anything better, because obviously they're the experts on Twitch, not me. And one of them was came out and said, start to look into the overlays and things like that. And that's what I've done. And then, yeah, I can't remember what I'm talking about. It's gone again.
Was it Twitch?
Don't matter. But we're getting there. Yeah, we're getting there. Twitch is growing slowly. Like you say, it's not all the same community. It's different people. And they come on because we're talking random stuff, not just about ants. And then they get hooked on the ants, if you know what I mean. Once you see the tank, I have a theory. Once you see the tank and you spend like 10, 15 minutes just watching the tank or whatever, it's pretty hard to look away.
Like, yeah, once you get like lost in the tank, it's like you can't stop looking.
Interest. Like people are like, oh, that's cool. You built that yourself. And how do they live together? If you know nothing about it, when you see something like this, it's pretty mind blowing. In fact, anyone that visits my house, we don't even go in the front room and sit around the telly anymore. We come in here and we sit around the tank, because all they want to do is look at the tank. Every single person.
Oh, that's what my mates are like. And then they're like, let's go to the pet shop and get some fruit flies. And it's like, no, not today, not today.
Yeah. See, I actually haven't had anything like that. None of my mates have been like, oh, let's feed them something. In fact, one of my mates, like my best mate, he's vegan, so he's very like, you have to. He's one of them. If I was to say I'm going to go out and kill a pig and chuck that in there, hello Ants England, thanks for signing in. I'm not killing a pig. You've signed in at a really awkward moment, right? So if I told him that I was going to go out and kill a pig and chuck that in there, he'd go really nuts about it. But if I say, right, I've just gone to a pet shop and they've given me this dead pig to chuck in, he probably wouldn't care. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. I just realised as well, I think in the chat I can see, well, I don't know if I can see it, but there's 2, like, I know it won't be on YouTube. It'll be on the app. I was thinking I can see both chats, but...
Right, so all the chats you see on the side there, have they got a little red symbol next to them?
Except for Ants on a Rock.
Yeah.
He's got a little pink, purple one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Twitch feed.
Ah.
So, yeah, you can actually see both when they come through. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure if you could see it. I hadn't experienced it from your end. So basically, your interface is probably the same as my interface right now.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, most likely.
More than likely. Oh, there's a dead Polyrachus being carried away by the looks of it. Just gone off screen. Ate too much. Died from eating too much. Best death going.
Gorged.
Yeah. Didn't no, Henry VIII didn't. No, he did eat himself to death, pretty much, didn't he? Is that how he died?
He was quite fat.
Oh, mate, he was really fat. He was so fat that when they put him in a coffin, he exploded.
Oh,
All the
amazing.
gas built up and stuff from his festering corpse. Pretty cool.
The giant balloon.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna say hello to everybody. Everyone in chat. I don't know who we've got currently. We've currently got 4 people on YouTube and 1 on Twitch. I know Ants England, possibly Wakushi. I'm not sure who else is here, but hello everybody. Today I've got Antimatters with me at the moment, but anyone's more than welcome to come in, have a little chat, advertise themselves if they want to, if they feel they need to, do whatever. Yeah, murdering pigs and bodies exploding. Probably not the best time to come into the chat, but you're here, so enjoy. But yeah, Ants England, you're more than welcome to jump on, have a little chat with us if you want to. So Antimatters, you need to explain your name. Is that Antimatter?
Well, it's more just like, I don't know, I just like physics. So
Yeah,
it was like,
okay.
oh,
That's basically where I was going. Was it like ants matter or antimatter, like phase gun blow you away sort of?
it
Yeah.
was more that, yeah, it was more like 60% that, and then it was like, oh, the other side kind of can work
I
as
like
well,
that.
if you get what I mean.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I very nearly was called the ant athlete because obviously my training and stuff that I do on the side. On the side. Oh, that's painful. If you had said that to me a year ago, I would have slapped you. On the side. Right, that's like my main focus in life. It has been for the last 10, probably 6, 7 years.
It's the main.
Yeah, now ants are slowly taking over. I'm slowing down in my old age, right? I can't compete the way I used to. So as I'm starting to look to retire from my ant career, not ant career, my athlete career, I will move towards my ants, making this a full-time hobby.
It's not a bad one, but
No, it's not. It's not at all. Like, I'm gonna get to the point where I'm gonna like, without putting it down on the stream, I won't be able to do a lot. Like, so having something that I can sit down and watch like peacefully is perfect. Just chill out, watch the ants, and enjoy yourself, innit?
yeah, and I don't know, sometimes you can just sit there and watch if you want, and if you want as well, you can be like, you know what, we're going to do, like, fiddle with something, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
I always like sit on things to do until I got a nice big pile, and then it's just,
I do that, and my wife hates it. I leave things to the last minute, and I've got lists and lists of stuff that I need to get done and jobs that I haven't done. And yeah, let's not get into leaving things. Yeah. Ants England, how old do you think I am? That's the question. I get multiple answers on this. I get some people saying as young as 21. I get someone once said I was 72. So it's an interesting one. How old do you think I am, Ants England? I wish I was 21. I'm not 21. I can remember being 21 just. How old are you, buddy?
I think 30, but I haven't been counting much, like, through COVID, but I think last time I checked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
think
I am 30 as well. I am 30. But like, so I always use the term I'm getting old. And that basically is my polite way of saying my body is starting to pack in with all my illnesses that I've got. So
Oh,
yeah, no, it's all good. Like, don't ever feel down about it. Don't ever give me sympathy or no rubbish like that because I don't want it. Like, I have these conditions. I've dealt with that. Let's just move on. You know what I mean? But I am starting to slow down from it. You can't compete as a strongman boxer, triathlete when you've got these sorts of progressive conditions. You know what I mean? So I always expected I'd have to slow down at some point. So when I say I'm getting old, I mean I just can't do it anymore. But for boxing, I'm quite old. 30 is quite old for boxing. Well, it's not that old, but you know what I mean. It's not. Most people want to go pro by the time they're 18 or whatever. And again, I'm too slow. These days, I'm slow and I'm old, and my body's failing me. Not
I
quite.
swear
But
Mike Tyson or something's like, I'm going to do some more. And I swear he's like 70 now or something. And it's just like, yeah.
Yeah, he's in his 60s or 70s. See you later, Risa. See you later, buddy. Yeah, he has made his comeback and he's absolutely amazing and kick ass. But like, I wish I could do that at his age. I'm probably not going to be about at his age, to be honest. Yeah, he's kicking butt. I want him to fight that Jake Paul or whichever one it is because I absolutely can't stand those guys. Like, I can't stand them. As a boxer and a YouTuber, I cannot stand them.
It's too much like showboating, I find, and like, it's
Yeah,
like, no, like, put,
yeah,
I
like
don't
all
know,
the
the
boxers
background
they
work
fight
in.
rubbish and like it's not right. Not that they're rubbish. I mean, Floyd Mayweather is not a rubbish fighter, but it's blatantly setups and just ridiculous. Like, I'm really hoping they fight Tyson, whoever Jake or whichever one it is, fights Tyson and he obliterates them because just one or two of his punches will just destroy them. I mean,
Oh,
I've
yeah.
been hit so
Yeah.
hard before in one of my boxing matches. I've been hit so hard before, my entire right leg went numb, like completely numb on the spot. Like, I managed to stand and I still held my own, and I'm surprised by it, but there was nothing, you know what I mean? You're hit so hard, your legs just disappear from your
Yeah.
body. Yeah. I'm
I've had that a
hoping that
few
happens.
times.
Yeah, yeah.
When
But
like
I've
horses,
only
though.
experienced it that once. It was just that once, and I got hit. It was like just behind the ear at the very top. And I tell you what, I've never dropped in a fight. I hold my that proud. I've never been put on the floor, but that came close. I felt my foot go and my whole leg go numb, and I was like, "Oh, that's not nice. that's not nice. I'm gonna have to throw something big back now." Like, luckily, that was a long, long time ago, and I did come back, and it was fine. Yeah, they do need knocking down a peg. Jake and Logan, that's it. I always forget what they're called because they're so rubbish. I don't even think of them as human beings. They're like just an entity I like to insult. Got quite a few of them actually. The way to think about it. So I'm just following the chat. If anyone else wants to jump on the stream, you're more than welcome. I'm probably going to be here until about 10:30 UK time, and it is currently 7 minutes past for any of our overseas friends.
Yeah, I'll have to shoot in a bit and go to bed.
Yeah, no worries, man. Thank you very much for coming on. You've been great fun. I hope you've enjoyed yourself and not been like shy or anything.
Oh no, I kind of forgot about that after a few minutes.
Yeah, like I say, once you get chatting and like the people in the chat start messaging away, you soon forget all your shyness and you just get into it, enjoying the stream. Like, it's a little bit more, a little bit harder when I'm here interviewing you and interrogating you, and I've got all these questions, and you've got to like think on the spot of all your answers. That's a little bit harder, but streams like this just great fun.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. But
yeah, I mean, Ants England. I've interviewed Ants England before, and she did really well. I don't think anything really threw her off. Not massively. Ants England, you have 2 kids. If I only had 2 kids, I'd have more money in my wallet. David, it's really good that your boys have bonded with you since you've taken up ant keeping. Do your boys ant keep as well, David? Because that'd be really cool. Like, do they have, what species do they have? Let us know in the chat what they're up to. Obviously, my middle daughter loves her ants. The massive colony of Lasius niger that I was on about is actually her colony, although she doesn't have full ownership, we should say. I pretty much do everything with them still, and they still live in the ant corner, and I feed them and all of that. But it's her colony, if anyone asks. She loves ants. She helps with all the big tanks, and if I've got a problem, I could trust her to deal with it, if you know what I mean. Like, if I was like, "Oh, Amy, can you go get me a roach out of the box and like chuck it into the ants or whatever," she would do it, and she would do it right, and she wouldn't knock the barrier off, or you know what I mean. I could trust her to do that.
She's aware of it all.
Yeah, that's it, which is really, really helpful, to be honest. My wife's really good, but she's not like, she'd rather not put her hands in the tank, although she is really good with it. And like, if they are escaping, which they have done several times, my wife's more than happy to deal with it, but she's not happy about it. She screams and shouts at me, but she will deal with it. And like, you know what I mean? Yeah, she does really well. But Amy, yeah, the amazing Amy, she's fantastic, and her personality just makes it like twice as good. Anything she talks about is like instantly fun and amazing and hyped up, and I haven't got that. If you like, I get told quite frequently, people like my channel because it's relaxing. I've got quite a relaxing voice. Sometimes I get a bit excited, but then I quite often go back to the relaxed, whereas Amy is just like full on all the time, you know, like no, and this and that, and comment on this, and then do this, and I'm going to do this for you. And then if you like this button, and if we get 50 likes, I'll do that. I can't even think of that. It just comes naturally for her, you know, which is really cool. I suppose because she watches like those kind of kiddie YouTubers, they all kind of do that, don't they? Like, yeah, she's really good with it. Like, she's like, if you drop me 50 likes on this video, I'll make my Sims wear pink all day. It's like, I wouldn't even think of that. Like, you know what? And it works. But I don't think, like, she hasn't even got that many subscribers yet. But to be honest, I don't advertise her videos. Like, we just kind of let it sit there. And if it like, some of them are getting near on 100 views. So that she's done well. But yeah, her content's brilliant. Her video on Boris Johnson, like, she came home one day and was just like, "Daddy, I heard that Boris Johnson had a party when we were all in lockdown," and she was not happy. So
if someone's in trouble.
Yeah, that's it. I said, "Darling," like, the way she said it to me, she stood there, she stomped her foot and everything. I was like, "Darling, you have to record this and put it on your channel. I don't care, like, if Boris turns up on our door not happy about it. This is hilarious." And she did it. It wasn't quite as funny as the time she did it for me, but it was pretty good. Yeah, she's just got that kind of natural, amazing sense of humor. She's not shy about anything. Like, she'll literally, in a room full of people that she's never met before, she would sing at the top of her lungs. Like, won't even like consider it to, you know.
That's like good, that is.
Yeah, definitely.
Not enough people sing.
Yeah, well, she's grown up with me. I quite often just burst out into sing and dance, to be honest. It's like living in a musical in this house. It's like you're waiting for the next moment someone bursts out in the dance. I don't know why. It's just something, it kind of brightens up the day, doesn't it? So if I'm there cooking,
it does, yeah.
Dancing round whilst cooking. And I've got 3 kids, so like dancing and having fun's all part of it.
Feels an empty room as well, I find that.
Well, yeah, but
and singing along.
I mean, my walls are paper thin, so if I'm singing, they can hear me. Everyone can hear me. Outdoor can hear me. But to be honest, I'm not that bothered anyways. I was in a band. I am a drummer. I was in many, many bands. I did my college and all of that lot in music. And then, so they don't tell you when you start your college, like, education, that you can't do it all on the drums. You have to learn a melodic sound as well, basically. And I got to like halfway through the year, and they were like, "Oh yeah, what else can you play?" I was like, "What do you mean? What else can I play? I play the drums." And like, no, you have to be able to do so. It was what? So I learned to sing, and I joined the choir, the college choir, like the local choir,
No.
all sorts of stuff. Because otherwise, they were going to fail me completely because I wasn't doing. To be honest, I thought it was rather unfair because I went in as a drummer and not blowing my own horn, but I was a damn good drummer. Like anything they asked me to do in college, like was easy compared to what I was doing on the outside. So like, I was just shocked when they were like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna fail." Like, what? What? I'm literally walking through this course.
It's a bit of like kicking the teeth in it.
Yeah, it is. Like I come from a strong music background. I played the violin from the age of like 5. Then when I was a teenager, I lived with someone who owned I think it was the 3rd biggest music website in the world. So that's basically where my music interest really took off. And like,
Not LimeWire.
no,
Oh,
no, it wasn't actually. I'm not gonna say names actually because I don't want to go back there. But it was a massive music website, not a streaming website. It was like a music review website where you could
Well-
like talk about bands and find out stuff that's happening and all of that lot. So it was a really good one. And we got to go backstage to loads of festivals and gigs. At the age of 13, I was meeting Alice Cooper, Ozzy Osbourne, like the biggest names in the music industry, and I had seen them, met them, and possibly had dinner with them. And like it was crazy. It was absolutely an insane life.
so awesome.
Yeah, and then at like the age of about 14, I went and saw Skindred. I don't know if you know Skindred. You probably know a couple of their songs, yeah. And their come out is just something else. And the way he moves, it's not the way he plays, it's the way he moves. And like there's so much flow and rhythm, and it's so cool. That's what made me want to play. And then because I wasn't in school, from the age of like 14 till I was 16, I played every day for 3 hours every day. So I was well into my music.
That sounds like a good little, good couple years.
Yeah, at that age, mate, like it was amazing because obviously I had like VIP pass to like, do you know what Download Festival is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was getting VIP pass to Download Festival when I was 13. I was sat backstage with like the whole of Slipknot drinking tequila slush puppies while I was waiting to go watch Ozzy Osbourne. Just crazy stuff. At the age of 13, you shouldn't be doing that. You know what I mean? Like crazy stuff. I shared hotels with Flogging Molly and became really close with some bands. You know, just absolute mad life. And yeah, it, like changed me as a person. Before that, I didn't really have a direction. And then I was like, right, I know what I want to do. I wanted to be in the music industry at that point. Oh, how things change. I do still play sometimes. The last time I played the drums was probably about 5 years ago. I was just randomly, it was coming up to New Year's and the band was like, "Oh, our drummer's not very well. Can you come cover for us?" Like, yeah, all right. I haven't played in about 3 years, but I'll do it. So that was my last time I played, just a random gig. And then before that was another random gig, actually. So I'm still good for gigs, but I don't actually practice anymore. That sounds so big-headed, doesn't it?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Like on the decks and like they don't get half as much like work as they should, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I used to get it every day. I'd be there like mixing and playing, and now it's like, oh, maybe every like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
It's what once you got other hobbies, it changes. Like, I got to the point
bit
where my
time.
band was on the radio, and then I got really unwell, and I had to leave the band basically, and that was pretty much the end of my music career. Changing direction after that. They're all asking me to sing
End of
some.
the band.
No, maybe soon I will sing a song, but right on the spot right now I can't. Problem is, right, and my daughters do this. They're like, "Daddy, sing this," and I can't sing just like if someone asks me to. You're more likely to just hear me burst out in the singing because like I'm doing something in the background. If I go quiet for a minute and I'm just like tweaking something in the tank, you might hear me burst out in the song because that's normally when it happens. But I really struggle. Like if someone says, sing this song, I'm like, no. Ants England, you sing us a song. Come on and the show and sing us a song. We'll leave it open so that you can close the stream for us. How about that? With a 22-minute long epilogue. Sing. So when you say, I can't even think of a song to sing. Like, nope. I like ants. Ants are cool. Do. There you go. Yeah, right. Honestly, I don't even like doing.
That banger. Is that row your boat?
Yeah. I don't even like doing row the boat with my kids. Like, it's too many rows for me. You start saying row, and you ain't got teeth. I got to concentrate just to get that out.
Merrily, and it's like too many R's.
Exactly, and it's like, is it merrily? Is it merrily? Melody? It just stop. Get out of the stream. It's dangerous. You can't sing the Grand Old Duke of York anymore because everyone knows what he did.
I like that one. I sing that one at work all the time.
Yeah, exactly. So you can't sing that one with a straight face anymore. Eminem, no, I'm not singing. I'm not doing it tonight. Maybe soon. All right, maybe for like, I don't know. I will sing. Yeah, I definitely don't rap. Like, I couldn't rap even if I tried to rap. I can sing, but I definitely cannot rap. But yeah, he started streaming games and all sorts, hasn't he? See, I thought about doing that, but I do, like, that's why I've got another channel so that I don't really clog up the Ant channel with other stuff, to be honest. I've got my games and I've got my athlete channel, I've got my Ant channel, and I've got my channel which is literally called Everything Else. And it's got like games, it's got random talks and everything else. Anything that I just feel like filming and uploading goes on that other channel. So yeah, I haven't done. He's rubbish at gaming. See, now I have thought about doing gaming, like say, like I've done a few gaming videos strictly because I'm not rubbish. I'm actually pretty kick-ass at some of the games. I could do like tutorials and walkthroughs on most of the games that I play because I've played them to the point where I don't even have to look anymore. I can complete Rome 2 in like 127 moves or something stupid. Like, yeah, I've only recently got Fallout 4, already smashed pretty much everything. I do enjoy my gaming, but I don't game much anymore, to be honest. Like, since I've got the computer, it's been a bit different because I've been able to get on Rome again, and then we got the Xbox One at Christmas. But before that, I hadn't gamed for years. Not really. I do like a good game, but like I said, I don't know. I don't know if I will stream it Receive. Revived by 50 plus. Ooh, 50 plus time. Okay, right. So zombies. Yeah, the original zombies on the Call of Duty. It was amazingly brilliant. I used to hold out in that little room with like the MG42, unbeatable. Me and my mate J-Man. Not the J-Man that comes into the stream, actually a guy called Jesus, so we used to call him J-Man. He was absolutely amazing at gaming, same as me, and we would just sit there for like hours sometimes and not die. Yeah, we got quite into our gaming. I'm more into like strategy games and things like that. First person shooters are all right, but I find they're too small from what I want, if you know what I mean. They're like too restrictive. So I like open world games and I like strategy games a lot. Hearts of Iron 4 was one strategy game I got really into because of the sheer size of it. Like you can zoom into I can zoom into my island, put it that way. It's like, or you can go out to world map size, and it's pretty insane. You got to do like supply lines and just everything. But yeah, 6 hours is the longest you played. Wow, that's pretty intense. 6 hours, yeah. I was just thinking a minute ago, I used to play a lot of Need for Speed, and there was one of them, I think it was called like Hot Pursuit or something. I managed to do a police chase for nearly 2 hours and just keep them going. Yeah, that was pretty intense. But it was like on the challenge thing to like see how long you could do a police chase, not just a random driving about, that'd be easy. But actually on the challenge where they make it hard for you.
I better get on. It's me bedtime.
Yeah.
But
no worries, man.
nice
Thank you very
chatting.
much for coming on the stream. Yeah, say goodbye to
No
everyone.
problem. Yeah, been enjoyable. Yeah, I'll catch everyone later.
Cool. Thank
And
you
I'll
very
see you in
much,
a bit.
buddy. And we'll see you
Bye.
later, buddy. Bye. And there we go. It's just me now. Just me on my lonesome. If anyone wants to jump on, you're more than welcome. If not, I'll probably be ending the stream fairly soon-ish. Maybe kind of ish. These polyrackers absolutely love the waxworms, don't they? Smashing it down. Keeping my eyes open for more crabs and stuff. That sounds so bad. It sounds so bad. You like his voice? Yeah, he does have a nice voice. It sounds a little bit younger. Yeah, cool. One thing I have noticed is I can't find any ant-related music. Because I was going to try find like an ant song to put in the background, but I haven't been able to find much yet. We had the duck song on the other day. That was pretty intense. Really brutal duck. There is an ant song. What? What? On YouTube? I'm typing in the ant song. See what it comes up with. The ant song. Better not be oh no, we don't want the ants go marching. That one's rubbish. That's gotta be like. That's not. It's probably because my daughter listens to it like almost on repeat sometimes, but I cannot deal with the ants go marching song. I want like a proper ant song. My ants hate bass. Yeah, because of the vibrations and stuff, isn't it? Ant songs on TikToks. Yeah, TikTok is just. I'm avoiding TikTok. If I start doing TikTok as well, I literally will have to give up my jobs. Like anything I do outside of here will just stop. Don't have the time for that, to be honest. And I don't get it. Like, the thing about TikTok is your videos can get like hundreds and hundreds of views or whatever. and then like it doesn't translate to actual viewers on YouTube or followers or anything. It's just random. It doesn't mean nothing, in my opinion, and to my knowledge. Ants England, I have been very, very tempted recently to write an Ant song. I've got some very talented musician friends who would be interested in helping me in any of my endeavors. So it is very tempting to write an Ant song, but to be honest, I'm crap at writing, so I'd probably get one of my old band members to do it. One of my old band members has just made it over to America to start his music career over there. He's pretty good. His name's Tim. I can't remember his stage name at the minute, but he's pretty good. He's like a solo guitarist. I call him the cowboy because he always looked like a cowboy to me. And then another guitarist local to me is called Elliot, and he actually might be sending in some music to go in the background at some point, so that'd be amazing. But he's probably the best guitarist I've ever laid my eyes on ever, and I've seen a lot of guitarists. He's just very, very, very talented, so I might even ask him to be involved, and it would probably turn out to be like this awesome guitar piece with just a little bit of me singing in the background. No, I probably won't even sing it, to be honest. I'd hire someone else. I don't enjoy singing. I only did it because I had to do it in college. Drums is my forte. Well, I think my daughter has finally gone to sleep. She'd been awake for most of the stream. I could hear her in the background. Don't know if you could. But I think she's finally gone to sleep. That's nice. 10:30. And then she'll be up again in 2 or 3 hours to keep us up for the night, I expect. But that's fine. Something you get used to. Right, so let's talk about ants for a little bit. Obviously, I went through all my colonies earlier. There's lots of stuff going on, updates. Some of them seem to be waking up really well. Some of them are doing not so well. But we got lots going on in the Ant Corner lately. So this Saturday, I'm going to be doing a full Ant Corner update. And next week, I'll be releasing the video on the honeypots, which is slightly weird and whatever, because you'll be able to see the honeypots before I release the video on the honeypots. So, yeah, whatever. Ants England, how old? What are we referring to? I've completely forgotten what we're talking about, I'm afraid. You know I'm rubbish when I get tired. And now I've forgotten what I was talking about on other things. Okay, no, I remember. Right, so yeah, you'll see the honeypots in the full ant update this week before I release the honeypot video next week. Oh, the child, she is 6. She has a few issues, we could say. She has been diagnosed with a few things, and she is a bit of a challenge. She doesn't communicate at all. She can't communicate. Has a bit of a lack of understanding of a lot of things. She doesn't sleep well, and it's a bit of a challenge. 24-hour supervision between me and my wife. So that's like I've tried to explain to a few people which have asked if I can move the picnic table to an earlier time to suit people in other countries, and I just can't, because obviously my kids come first and my wife comes after them before me, and it's unfair to leave her to do like everything, if you know what I mean. So I do my bit, and then I pass it over to my wife, and she allows me to come and do my stream, and she keeps everyone out of the way as much as she possibly can, which is really cool, really nice of her. So well done, wife. Little clap for her. So yeah, that's like yeah, exactly. She comes first. She's a bit of a challenge, but we knew that. We always knew she would be like that. I was a challenge, so you know what I mean. You just get on with life. Still love her the same. What else was I going to say? So Monday's review video has been pushed back by a week because of the upload delay. I am really sorry for that. I absolutely hate missing my schedule. You know I hate missing my schedule because some of you are there waiting for my videos to come out. but it just wasn't uploaded in time. And I could have done it yesterday. I could have released it yesterday, but I thought I'd rather wait and release it on the Monday like it should be done. But that's just a review video, so it doesn't matter in what order you see them. Did I say it? Like, I haven't taken ants out of hibernation yet, right? But some of them, so only half my colonies went into the fridge. The other half, they do like a natural diapause, and I've like turned the heat cables off and things like that. So they're just a little bit cooler in the ant corner. They're just doing their thing in diapause. Some of them have started waking up already. One of my colonies that was in the fridge is completely awake and now out, and another 2 that were in the fridge have been out and eating. Really weird, because I looked in to check the temperature and all of that, like make sure everything's still on track. It is. And I could see there was workers running about, and I was just like, "Hello, Creature Cave, thank you for signing in." And yeah, I could see there was workers running about inside the boxes. I was like, "Well, that's a little bit early. I better get them out and slowly start warming them up and whatnot." And they're now eating again in the ant corner. They've had their waxworms protein today. They had carbohydrates a couple of days ago, and they have been coming out to eat, but not on a large scale. So they're still in diapause, but they are starting to take on things now. I know early wake up, but have you noticed that some plants are starting to flower already this year? It's not good. Like on my island, at least, my garden has started coming back to life. Not for you? No, fair enough. See, no, I was in debate about this because like I say, some of the flowers are coming back to life and some of them are just dying. But I really do think that the weather has messed up to the point where some of the ants and stuff just aren't knowing what to do, especially the ones in captivity. Like I say, all the temperatures were still the same. And yeah, some of the ants have started to wake up. But that's not an issue. And the rest are still sound asleep. I checked. I had a quick look into the test tubes and they're still sound asleep. Yeah, it is really freezing, but during the day it's sort of warming up around here. I don't know if it's because we're near the sea, and obviously the temperature of the sea will basically determine what temperature we are on the island, not the temperature of the air. So I think the sea must be quite mild at the moment, because it's cold at night. It's like bitter cold at night, but then during the day, like whilst I've been out, I've been in my t-shirt and stuff, walking about in my t-shirt, so it's quite mild during the day. Yeah, my Mesobarbarus have become really more active. My Microruba, the Red Army, like my original Microruba colony, which went down to 3 workers from the 19 when they had their like mass accident with the honey. They're now up to 6 workers, or at least, because there was 6 workers eating the waxworm. That's awesome. They're making a big comeback. My Hercs, well, all my Camponotus came out and ate today. Yeah, fair enough. See, I don't know what it is. Let's say I don't know what it is, but today was miserable. Yesterday, let's say I was in a t-shirt. The day before that, I was in a t-shirt as well. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. It is quite warm around here, though, I'd say. It's not as cold as it could be, especially for this time of year. It's not like bitter cold. I haven't had to put on my gloves once this year. Oh no, your Hercs died over Christmas. That sucks. Do you know why at all? I've got 2 colonies of Hercs at the minute, and they've just started feeding today for like the first time in about a year. So hopefully they'll do something. My other camps all started eating as well, and I saw my acorn ants come out and start eating. That was really cool. What else did I see today? My crabs. 2 baby crabs have molted, so they are now in like larger shells. I've seen them come out and whatever.
And that's really cool, actually. The crabs' shells, they always leave in the pond. They were there yesterday. I'll come back today, and they are completely gone. They've been eaten by the creatures that live in the pond. And there was one of the baby crabs in its brand new shell eating the creatures that had just eaten its shell. It was really cool. I obviously I filmed it, of course, but cycle of life and all that. I love it. Yeah, that's same with me. So I've got one queen Camponotus hercularis, which has never laid, one which came to me with 5 workers and has laid a few times, but always eats the eggs. They never get to larva stage. Really irritating. But I'm hoping now they're taking on protein, they will, start to produce further developed larvae. And once they get past that into pupa stage, you've got quibs in and you've got more workers. I say once you get past like 15 with camps, you're not too bad. But I haven't got that many yet. And it's really hard. Excuse me, my bad cough. I normally mute the stream if I cough. You might notice that the microphone mutes every now and then, and that's generally so I can have a nice cough without interrupting everyone. Yeah, thank you. I'm really trying hard with them. Hercularis is one of my favorite ant species, believe it or not. I think they're absolutely beautiful. I love the size of them. I love the looks of the workers, and yeah, it's just a shame I can't get going. I'm going to give it about 5 more minutes, I think, and I'm going to call it a night. If you want me to leave the camera running, let me know in the next couple of minutes. If I get more than 2 yeses, I will leave the camera running so you can sit here and chat away and watch the ants overnight. All right, good night, Ants England. Thank you for signing in. It's been really great to talk to you again. And there's that beetle with a dent in its back. He's been around for a while, hasn't he? Getting the hell out of there. Right, well, I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm just going to say a quick goodbye and a thank you, a massive thank you, in fact, to our sponsors, Ants R Us, for supporting these streams, the Picnic Table live chat, live ant chat. They're absolutely amazing for doing it, quite frankly. They're going to help this grow and improve in quality and help us connect more people together in this amazing hobby. So massive thanks to Ants R Us. Obviously, if you need any ants, give them a look. The same as you would anyone else, but give them a look. Thank you, Antimatters, for coming on tonight. It's been absolutely awesome with you. It's been really good fun, actually. It was nice to have you on the stream properly. And again, thank you to anyone who signed on and chatted, interacted, even just sat there and watched. You're all absolutely amazing for supporting what I want to do in these streams and with connecting people and all of that. You're just all awesome, basically. So yeah, enjoy yourselves. Have a brilliant night. I will be here again on Sunday. On Sunday, we've got the Ant Keeper series. So if you are a general ant keeper, not a massive big time ant keeper like me, not a big time YouTuber, or not an ant YouTuber, you know what I mean, just a normal everyday guy, normal ant keeper, or even normal everyday female, just a normal ant keeper,
give me a message and you're more than welcome to come on the show. We've still got space. And then this time next week on Wednesday, we have Ant's Antics, which is going to be absolutely amazing. Ant's Antics and possibly Wakushi as well if he's available. They're going to come on. They'll talk about the AntCon. They'll talk about products they've got coming up, things they've got going on. It's going to be absolutely amazing, and you do not want to miss that one. It's going to be pretty damn good. And then on the Sunday, we have Ants Are Us, which again is our sponsor. That's going to be an absolutely phenomenal show. Quite frankly, it's going to be brilliant. I'm going to do my absolute best to welcome him as a brilliant sponsor. I hope my community will do the same and show him what he's paying for is worth it. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope you've enjoyed tonight. I have, as always. But as always from me, I'll see you again soon, Ant fans.